everybody, my name is Darlene and I have Parkinson's. This is the second time I'm trying to start this video, but I'm going to put it first so I can just tell you. When I go through my video, I start to tell us something that had happened and I then forgot to finish the story, so I shut my video down. Now I need to add the rest of that story, so I'm going to just put it out there, and I haven't got my editing software up and running. I haven't bought my computer yet, and so I thought I would just tell you I'm not done when I said I'm done. I'm done after that. Okay, thanks. Good morning, everybody. My name is Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. Today was a very eventful day. Well, I won't say it was really successful, but it was very eventful. Started off, I had to go, you'll notice I'm just a brace on again. My cast is off. So we had to go to the cast clinic first thing in the morning. And he said he wanted me to wear the brace still, so I'm doing that, but he said it has healed up nicely, which is really good news. But he said for about 3 more weeks he wants me to wear this. He wants me to have 5 hours a day not wearing it, but definitely wear it at night. So I said, okay, well, that's what we'll do. So we did that. But now that sounds like that was a fairly simple trip. No. First of all, we had to be up very, very early in the morning. And so we were going to leave, I think, about 6:15 or something in the morning. And so we got up, and I am very slow at getting dressed. I'm just very, very, very slow at it. And so Bill got up, and he helped me get to the washroom, and he got my clothes all out and set on the bed for me, and I proceeded to get myself dressed. Then we decided we were going to leave shortly thereafter, because Claudia says, we want to get there a little bit early. And she says, maybe we'll have time to even run through Tim Hortons and get a coffee. Well, when I tried to leave, my legs completely quit working. I've had bad neuropathy, but they stopped working completely. And I couldn't feel them. I couldn't tell if I was standing or sitting. And when I went to go down the stairs, you know what happens. I fall. But this time I was holding on really tight to the side rail, and I didn't collapse all the way down. She managed to get me yarded up a little bit. We tried to sit me up. We could not manage to get me into that wheelchair no matter how we were going to do it. And she's not supposed to be doing any lifting like that. And she says, I just don't have the strength, Mom. And Bill couldn't help me because he doesn't have the strength in his legs and stuff. So I said to her, well, we're going to have to phone somebody to come and help us. And she said, well, look, there's a guy outside. She says, I'll go and I'll ask him. He's one of our neighbors, and he said yes, he'd come over and help. So he came into the doorway and managed to get me up with Claudine. And then we set me down on the sidewalk. And I tried to get into the car. And I have to do the pivot thing to get into the car. I didn't pivot. I mean, it's like the Friends episode. I did not pivot. And I got sort of hanging on for dear life because I didn't want to go all the way down. But did I fall in the bathroom first for that? Yes. I had fallen in the bathroom as well. So Claudine woke up with, me going, oh, 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 oh. And so anyway, Cole, that was right before we had the neighbor come. Ivy's boyfriend, Cole, he came and he helped me get up once. No, that was coming home. I'm confused. Anyway, I didn't fall completely again going to get into the car, but I darn near did. I was like suspending myself, and I couldn't push my legs up to stand up. And so Claudine had the neighbor guy come and he helped me into the car. I said to Claudine, well, now, as long as I don't have to do too much to get out of the car and into the car, it'll be okay. So we get to the hospital, and I go to get out of the car, and again, I don't make the whole pivot. I only make part of a pivot. And then I'm stuck midair, and her holding me under the arms, and me going, please put me down, please put me down. And it was just crazy. And so we fought our way in, we go out there. We were a little bit late for the appointment, but not much. And he was very good and did all his work really quickly. because we had another appointment at a different hospital. So I had to go to a neurologist then at a different hospital. And we had like 45 minutes in between. And it's a good 25 minutes drive. And then it turned out we're in rush hour on the Deerfoot. And so traffic is just going slow. And so Claudia said, well, we're not going to... Oh, well, she had forgotten to bring her cell phone with her. And her cell phone is her life, she says. And I said to her, I said, well, honey, you can stop by home and pick it up. But she said, no. She said, because we would take too much time. We'd be late for the other appointment. So I said, okay. So we drive to the other appointment. We pull into our parking space. And I said to her, I said, am I going to be able to do this one? She says, I think you can. So I got myself twisted and hoisted around. And yes, I made that pivot okay. And got into the chair. So we went in and had our neurology appointment, of which, follow the story, but we went in to just have our neurology appointment. And I was able to get in the chair to go in the hospital, but when I came out to try to get into the car, then I had difficulty. It was just one of those things. So I'm not going to get one immediately because I'm not sure what's happening with me. We've changed my medicines quite a few times, and she wanted me to have the stoma put in because she said she didn't like me having to swallow these pills when I was having some troubles. But we had been finding crushing them up work, pretty fast and worked good. But she said the problem with that is it works quicker, but it stops working faster too. So you don't have the long acting. But there's another medicine called amantadine that you can take in conjunction with your levodopa, and it makes the levodopa work better, more efficiently. So I've been taking this amantadine, but I remember the side effects were hallucinations. And so, unfortunately, that came on part and parcel fast at the hospital. I don't know what happened, changed, but something had changed, and I got very, very, very halluciny. So anyway, it just happens, like I don't know how, and I gave Claudine such a hard time when she was trying to look after me, and she said to me all day today, she says, Mom, you're not allowed to be by yourself. It says one person assist. You have to have one person with you at all times. You can't get up in the nighttime and go to the bathroom. You can't do that. She says, you have to call me. So I had to call her. Now she's gone for a short little visit. And she took the dog for a walk, I think, earlier, which was really nice. He got a good run. But I said, go out and have a little bit of fun or something. It's no fun sitting looking after us. But it's one of those things. So anyway, I'll see what happens. I want to, they're doing more tests on me. They're going to do a bone marrow test on me. And Bill has had that before. He says it's not fun, but it's nothing too bad about it. So I'm going to do the bone marrow test, and that's coming up, I don't know. 14th of November.
August. October.
Of October. 14th of October. So that's coming up pretty quick here. And we'll go and do that bone marrow test. And so Claudine sort of said to her, what are you thinking, what are they looking for that? And they're looking to see if my cancer has come back and gone other places. So, and I said to her, I said, well, do we need to know that for a fact? Because I said, I will probably choose to not be sure you, oh, I'm choking up.
Take a drink.
I'll take a drink here, just a minute. So I will probably choose to not take treatment, which is understandable, It's harder as you get older. And if you have already a progressive disease, what are you saving yourself for? Like, you just let it happen if it happens. So I said, do we actually have to have that information? And she said, we do, because she said, it could be something that's very easy, and then you would choose to do it. So we have to go ahead and do this other test. So it looks like I'm going to have more testing done. I tell you, I feel like a lab rat. I just feel like a lab rat. Anyway, I came home to a beautiful surprise. I had friend mail. I love friend mail. I'm going to make sure you don't show any addresses. So, here we are.
You're showing our address.
Oh, that's okay. All right. So, this is from Carolyn, I'm sorry. Carolyn at Canadian Gal. What? Caroline? I gotta go check this out because I can't believe I messed that up. All right, hang on. I'll be back. Sorry about that, Caroline. I just had a brain meltdown. It work. So it says Caroline, Canadian gal, and she's in Manitoba right now. She was in Manitoba. She went back to Ontario for a bit, and then she's back to Manitoba. So check her out. She does great hauls and everything. I just feel like we're two peas in a pod together. It's like I would love for somebody to be able to come out this way, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, she sent me this package of things, and on the front of it, you see, it has this way. It has these cutouts of my turtles that I love, and so I enjoyed that for watching it. And when I opened up, it was what was called a pocket letter. And now I've opened this all up, and I'm going to put it back together again. But this is what it's called a pocket letter. You buy these sheets that you would put like sports cards in, and you make a little pouch out of. Let's see, I'll show you. She's got all different kinds of colors and stuff. This green, and, oops, I lost the N. It said note. I got oat now. Okay, so you put two together, and you can put a little something in the middle of it as a surprise. And she had filled them up so nicely with tea bags. I'm going to show you some of the tea bags. Tea bags and all kinds of stickers and all kinds of everything. So I wanted to show you some of these cards that came out of it. This one here says, oh, that was the sticky one. Okay, here's my teas. Apple cranberry. There, apple cranberry. Tim Hortons pumpkin spice tea. Ginger and lemon. Lemon ginger, that sounds good. Oh, my feet are stuck together. Okay, so those are some of my teas. And look at this is so cute. That's a teacup on the thing. Then she's, for St. Paddy's Day, she was born in Ireland and then has moved to Canada. My mother lived there in Ireland her whole life, and so we have a connection that way. So this is just a teacup one, and these are the shamrocks. And then this was cute. If you look at this turtle, oops, it's unstuck here. I'll just hold it up. If you look at it like this, it's a teacup. But if you look at it like this, look at it like this, it's a turtle. Okay, this is also something new. I can't hold anything. I drop everything. I can't hold a knife. I can't hold my fork. I'm a heck of a doing anything. It's just I don't know why that I suddenly, it happened so fast that everything's just stopped working, and I'm afraid. So I said to Bill, I said, I don't want to buy this expensive laptop that I was thinking about going with. It's not really expensive, but you know, it's more than I would normally be paying. But I don't want to go and do that if my weight is a problem, because right now my weight is a problem. I'm just going to get a drink of water and I'll be right back and I'll explain the problem. Now that I'm back, I'm going to finish up the haul, not the haul, the gifts that I got, my friend mail, because that's more fun than talking about health. All right, so that she also had all these cutouts. I'm going to just show them how beautiful they are. Let's see down here. Okay. She must have spent hours cutting these things out. Look at this. Must have spent hours and hours doing it. And then she got the bigger turtles like this. Oh, I tell you, this is beautiful. This is really, really nice. And then she also had a whole bunch of stickers that are like this. They're puffy, you know, they're not flat stickers, they're puffy. And why not? And then I opened up, I'll show you here, this pocket letter over here. See, this is the folder, and you put your cards in it, and then you put your little stickers and tea bags and whatnot in it, and it's so nice. Anyway, so there's that, and then look at this. I opened this up, and I just couldn't even believe it. Here is a sign. Darlene's Turtles. Isn't that something? This is so bad. This is so amazing. It shows that somebody cares about you. Shows that you know, have something that you relate to with each other. And I really appreciate this. This is lovely. Thank you, Caroline. Anyway, so I've got all of that there. Now I've got to take my time to put all the cards back together. And then Ivy came up the other day. They've got all moved in now. She came up the other day, and she left me two. I also got, see, I'm disjointed again. I also got a lovely note from Caroline. Thank you. And Caroline, you mentioned somewhere on here that that the one item in there was a little money purse. I didn't find a money purse in there, so I don't know if and the postage on the envelope said another mail or something like that. It didn't say parcel 1, or it said another mail. So it was kind of strange. But anyway, I didn't find it, so I'm going to go through this all really carefully now when I put it away. So I hope I see what you talk about. Anyway, so we have Ivy come home, and she has a friend with her, and they got talking, and Ivy mentioned that her grandma liked turtles. Well, her friend went home, and she made me twin boys. Which one is this? Okay. This one here is Charlie. His eyes have triangles in. Let me bring them down. Eyes have little triangles. And this one is Chester, and it has little squares in his. So we've got Charlie and Chester. And they're my newest ones to be added to my collection. And I'm loving it. I really am loving it. Anyway, I think I will make myself a cup of tea and call it an evening soon. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Told you I'd be back. I forgot to tell you what the doctors had said. So with my weight being so drastic at this point in time, I started at 291 in October of 2020. So we're coming up to October, we're in October of 2022, so it's 2 years. And I weighed, at the first of this month, I weighed 125. So, and that, it was fast, but it wasn't too fast until the last 2 months. In the last 2 months, I had lost 20 pounds 1 month and 15 the next. And that's just way too fast when you're at the bottom end of the scale. So, it's really hard when you've had an eating disorder diagnosis for years. Like, I don't eat like a normal human being. I will eat more than I could possibly even imagine that I could eat. And then I just don't eat for days. And for years I didn't eat breakfast. And, you know, I just had poor eating habits. And then what I was eating wasn't good for me. I was just taking, you know, pasta and rice and, you know, all the carbs and everything. So I trained my body to just not even react to whether it was good food or bad food and whatnot. So I did consciously try to stop the weight loss from being too drastic, because I chose to eat healthy foods other than if I wanted a treat, I had it. I had a sundae, small sundae, but I had a sundae every day the whole time I was doing this. So I really thought it was doing good. Claudia started to get concerned about a year ago, and she questioned quite a few of the doctors about it. They weren't too concerned. I said I had such dyskinesia movements that I said it's like an aerobics class all day long. That's why it's happening. But by the last 2 months, I've noticed that it's not helping to have lost so much weight. It's actually hurting me because I have no strength in my core. I have no strength in my body, and you can't live with no strength in your body. So changes have been happening rapidly, and so we're going to test one other thing. And in the bone marrow, Claudine asked them, what are you looking for there? And they said they were looking to see malignancies from the cancers and see whether that's what's happened. And so I sort of questioned, well, do we actually have to know that? Because I said I will choose no treatment if that's the case, because I'm not going to, my life is going to be short enough as it is. I don't want it to be miserable at the end. So I would choose not to have treatment. And so if that was the case, do we really need to know if that's what it is? And she said, yes, we do, because what if it was something very simple to fix? If it was something simple to fix, then you wouldn't want to do that. So I said, okay, we'll do this last bone marrow test, and we'll see what happens at that. But I said, if it comes back that that's what it is, I said, I won't be taking any treatment. Now, Bill, on the other hand, he feels very differently than I do. He's going to fight for everything he's got, and he'll do well. He'll do really well at that. But I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me. So it's unfortunate, but my changes are happening fast. But you get to see some different things now. One of the things you get to see is the equipment that I have to buy. Things wrong that because it's medical equipment, they charge a fortune for it, but they do, and you have to pay the price if you want to have the ability to use the stuff. So we've got a lot of new equipment around here, and it's too bad that I had to pay full price for most of them. But we did get a few things on Facebook Marketplace. So we've got the MRLs around the beds, and we've got all the grab bars that are in there. I need in the bathroom, and the shower's small, so we have to organize it a bit better. And so we also have a commode chair that we can bring into the bedrooms, because at nighttime I don't want to wake Claudine all the time, and if I have to go to the bathroom, she has to come and help me get down, because I can't get down up on my own. And I don't want to fall on the floor between here, there, and the bathroom. So we're trying to work those things out, and I don't want to be a burden. I really don't want to be a burden. And she'll tell you I'm not a burden, but I'll tell you it's very difficult to share your life with your mother. You can be friends, you can be everything, but somehow or other, when Mom says something hurtful, it hurts. And when I was in the hospital this last time, I said some hurtful things, and I certainly did not mean them. But I felt like nobody was believing me. You know, and it was really hard for me but I've come to realize they didn't believe me because I wasn't talking truthfully. I thought I was. I thought I saw the things I saw, but I couldn't have. So Anyway, I'm just going to give you that much of an update. I'll keep you informed on how it's going along. But see what the week brings first. All right, bye.